I'm Kristy Titus, and I'm here with my good friend Rockie Jacobsen of Rocky Mountain Hunting Calls, and we're making cow sounds right now.
Correct.
Which for us, we've been doing this for a long time, is pretty easy to do, but for the person out there that has only seen a diaphragm in a package and has never tried to use one, can seem like a really daunting task.
It is, you know, and it's a musical instrument.
Absolutely.
So you got to learn to play them and understand what makes them work.
As the inventor of the pellet plate diaphragm, you've encountered, I'm sure, a ton of people that walk up to you and are like, I have a gag reflex, I put this thing in my mouth and I'm choking, or it tickles my tongue, or they don't even know where to start. How do you make your first sound with a diaphragm? And that's what we're gonna talk about today, how to get you going from looking at this to making this sound. Baby steps, we'll get you there.
Okay. The first thing you got to do is put it in the roof of your mouth, and I like to tell people to pretend it's like a piece of gum. You're getting ready to blow a bubble, so you flatten the gum out with your tongue into the roof of your mouth. Kind of get it sealed up in there. The dome or the plate goes up to the roof of your mouth, and the latex got to be down lower so your tongue can touch that latex. And you got to find that sweet spot. And these calls were designed to go right up against the back of your teeth and kind of hang in the roof of your mouth at about that angle. But the first thing I want to tell people to do is get it in the roof of the mouth, get it comfortable where it's kind of sealing off and there's nothing really getting around the outside edge of it as far as air. And then take a deep breath and down in your diaphragm muscle right here.
In your
Hold
belly.
it like a dam of air. You just hold it and then you let it seep out real slow. You don't go like you're blowing a candle. You just want it to seep out like a snake sound.
A controlled release
and
of
you want
air
that
pressure.
air to go right down the center of the roof of your mouth. Go.
So if I were to do that right now, that's kind of what it sounds like.
It will, yeah. And when you're doing that, there's different pressures you put against that latex with your tongue. And the higher you push, the harder you push against that latex, the higher the notes. The lower you have your tongue down and less pressure against that, it makes that latex kind of flutter and vibrate, gives you your lower notes. And there's a little trick that we use to get those lower notes, and that's to add your voice in there. And kind of like a little growl or a little hum, go, same time you're blowing air. There you go. That makes that low note come a lot easier. But that comes from low pressure in your tongue, and your tongue is a little flatter feeling. It doesn't have that arch in the center of it. It's a little flatter feeling. So you blow air and kind of hum and growl. That makes a low note. And for people that are just starting, it's really good not to worry about hitting the high notes. Learn to hit that low note first and try to hold it and maintain it for a long time, like this. Learn to do that first. That's the first step. Don't try to make an elk sound all the way through at first, because it's
Hard to control.
too much to do. Learn to control that low note first and understand what makes the call vibrate.
So after you've mastered the low note with the voice growl, your next step would be to start applying more tongue pressure, which changes and raises the octave and sound of your call.
Correct. And a good way to learn to do that is go from your low note that you just learned by the growling and blowing, and then quit growling and keep your air pressure going just like you had it when you was doing your low note. And then you kind of flex your tongue muscle a little bit tighter into that latex. Just go up one note, one octave higher. Learn to hold that next note for a long time so you can get the feel of where that tongue pressure belongs and how much air pressure it takes to make it work. Now you have two notes. You go from your growl, your low note, into the first octave, which elk do. They start off low and go a little bit higher. So the next one is you push your tongue or flex your tongue muscle into that, and you push that in the latex, and you're able to control the staircase effect by flexing your tongue a little bit at a time. So the next note would be the second octave above the low note. You go. What I've done is I'm holding that dam of air in my diaphragm muscle. So now when you go to that third octave, you push a little harder with air. You can feel your diaphragm muscle tighten up, and you push a little more air and your tongue pressure a little tighter. And that's your third note.
So there's your 3 notes that you need really to create cow sounds and bull sounds.
So you put all that together after you've learned each staircase, and
You're doing this. Hopefully that'll get all of you started in the right direction on using your diaphragm for the first time.